Cause I'm about that. Cause I'm about that. I'm about that come up, running up on them fools that are talking foolish. Try to get them funds up, killing them mics just like I ran and Jules in. Y'all gonna get done up front and on that kid with an attitude, but you can't really blame this motherfucker for what he had to do. I'm about that cash flipping, I'm getting it on and off the market. Not about that VIP, not me, not never been a fan of carpets. All about that RIP for all of my Jesus gone departed. All about that finish what I started, I'm about that.
Top down the night, you're not ready. We ride, we ride, we ride, we so high, we see the whole city. We own the night. Down the night, you're not ready. We ride, we ride, we ride, we so high, we see the whole city. We own the night.
Know that I'm about it, want it, man, I can bring the drama. But it ain't by chance I'm fucking rapping, you don't really want a problem. Made a little cash in the back end, but still rapping like I'm starving. Yeah, y'all gotta ask who the man is, hope I'm gonna be like, beg your pardon. I'm about that.
Top down the night, you're not ready. We ride, we ride, we ride, we so high, we see the whole city. We own the night. Down the night, you're not ready. We ride, we ride, we ride, we so high, we see the whole city. We own the night.
And welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, a Thursday edition of the Ysn Power Hour. DJ Oakley here, Quinn Pushkar in Lisbon. We got Billy Mack in the spare bedroom, McNuggies in the basement, Romo in, I don't know what you want to call that. Romo, where are you? In the basement, in the weirdest kind of...
This is literally the only part of the wall that's, or the ceiling that's low. Like, right by it, I can't even touch the ceiling.
Just wild. Just absolutely wild. And then you've got Paul Munson coming at you live from the quick, fast Wi-Fi of South Range High School. Boys, first off, what a show we've got for you today. Ron and Anthony did a great job of covering some of the topics we will recover. But without further ado, it is National... Where is it at? Come on. Play Monopoly Day. Anybody play Monopoly? Because I hated this game growing up.
I love Monopoly.
I dig it now. I
Played
dig
it a couple
now.
times. Played it a couple times when we were in lockdown.
Okay. Did you win?
I'm ruthless.
Nope.
I
always start off hot, and then my dad just takes all my money out of nowhere.
I was gonna say it's got to be Papa Bear that takes.
I always
takes it
get
all to Mackenzie
boardwalk.
house.
I always get boardwalk to start, and then I just terrible the rest of the game.
Quinn, how
Terrible.
are you at Monopoly?
Oh, I'm great. I'm ruthless. I destroy my family, and I don't have any shame in saying that.
Would they check the box on that one, or are you telling
Absolutely.
us a fish story?
No, absolutely. I made my mom quit, so.
Max strikes me as the kind of guy that would throw the Monopoly board. Anybody else on that train?
I know I don't have to throw the Monopoly board because I don't lose. Period.
Hey, look at this
He
guy.
only picks winners.
What's up?
What about you, Paul? What kind of Monopoly player are you?
I'm a bored Monopoly player. Like I start to play it, and then it just starts dragging on, and then finally you're just like, all right, can we go play something else?
He's
'Cause
checking
it
his
just,
phone, watching TV.
yeah, it's just like, all right.
We
I
just
I've
play
played
Uno.
it a long time, but it's just like, come on. After a while, if you have more than like 4 people trying to play, it just drags on, and you're like, all right, we need to get this done with. Let's go do something different. Where's a beer?
Romo,
Well,
what kind of Monopoly
you
player
can
are you?
drink beer and play Monopoly. That's not a bad idea.
I don't even remember the last time I played Monopoly, honestly. It's been a while. My family hasn't really played board games in like years.
No, we're not board game players here. We talked to Mackenzie about what it's like in the Mackenzie house. Papa Bear smokes everybody. EB, are you a Monopoly guy? Are you a board game guy?
I haven't played Monopoly in a long time, but I mean, naturally, I'm a business guy, so it's if I can't build on it, then I'm going to make sure that you can't. So, Mac doesn't lose. Challenge accepted, bud. Let's go.
I like this. Coach Snydell saying, does anyone ever win Monopoly? At our house, it usually ends up in the board being flipped. I'm not a good loser when it comes to Monopoly, I'll be honest, because somebody's always trying to cheat. Like, somebody's always trying to get that leg up, or like McNuggy said, getting Boardwalk is the one to go. Dean saying, isn't it National Man Day? I don't see National Man Day on any of
It's,
our
it's National Man Day every day.
You want to tell Kate that?
Yep.
Okay. I'm sure she's listening. I'm sure she's watching. We'll see if Kate can validate that. Let's see if Kate stamps that for us. Kate, it's up to you. But until then, it is National Monopoly Day. So happy National Monopoly Day to everybody out there. Hope that you're playing Monopoly for fun and not for riches, because that is to me, it's one of the worst games to ever put real money on, because you just never know. Oh boy.
International Men's Day that's what it's called today.
Men's Day. All right. Well, we have female viewers here as well. Kate Kelly being one of the many. And here we go. Right on cue. I refuse to play any board games with Muncie.
I don't blame her.
Here's how she describes me in general. Is if you watch, there's 2 movies that she swears that they like followed me around the film, and they're Vince Vaughn movies. And one of them we just watched last night. It was 4 Christmases, when he's playing the games with his girlfriend, and he's like, "I'm just trying to explain it to you," and then he just like stops and he's like, "I'm done. That's me. That's me sometimes. And the other one was the movie with Jennifer Aniston, where it was I can't remember the name of the movie right now, but like where she goes, "That's me to a T." She goes,
Sounds like a good one.
The Breakup?
The Breakup. Yes, The Breakup.
Yeah, it was a terrible movie. So
How did you guess that from all of the Jennifer Aniston movies out there?
Because it was the worst Vince Vaughn movie ever made. So easy.
Oh boy, Billy's in trouble already. We're only 7 minutes into the show, so it can only get better from here, Billy.
It's actually probably record time.
It is. It's basically the same concept of Quinn having a job here at YSN. He gets fired all the time. So, of course, we're gonna start with this breaking news this afternoon, right before the noon hour, right before Running Point went on the air. The OHSAA choosing to move. I say choosing. With quotation marks around it, choosing to move the state championships in Division 2 through Division 7 to Massillon Paul Brown Tiger Stadium. We've talked about this at length. We've talked about this and why Massillon Paul Brown Tiger Stadium should be the future home for all state championships as it once was. And, of course, after all the shutdowns like we talked about the past few days, and the lockdowns, the advisories, all this stuff, all of a sudden, we go from Columbus, the state capital, to Massillon, with games being 24 hours away. Less than now, 24 hours away, as JFK
capital
kicks
of football
off at 1:15 on Friday. So, guys, your first reaction to this when it started, as soon as I'd go to ask reaction, there goes Quinn. All right, Mac, we'll start with you. Your reaction when you first heard this?
Normalcy, I think, for me. That's kind of what I kind of thought. This is kind of normal. This is where it should have been. Excited. I mean, obviously it's cool because it's closer for our Valley teams, but I mean, you're really going to a true football stadium. I mean, this is one of the best, at least high school football stadiums across the state of Ohio. So real excited to see that it's coming back to where it should be in the first place. And, now if you're weird about COVID, then you get an opportunity to kind of be spread out and do it safely.
Coach Seidel's saying, and I'd like to start with you, Mac, on this one too. What are your thoughts on Massillon getting a home game for this against Akron Hope?
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty cool. I mean, we talk about all the time like Super Bowl. The Super Bowl has never been played in a home game, so this is kind of cool for that. I think that they probably have had opportunity to do this before and haven't done it, or maybe the 1, 3, 5, 7 got split up and they went to Canton or vice versa. But yeah, it's a cool opportunity. I mean, hey, no place better to win a state championship game than in your home field.
I'm with you, McNuggies. How do you feel about the games getting moved from Columbus to Massillon?
Again, with all the curfews, all the shutdowns put in specifically these big cities like Columbus and Cleveland, and then the statewide curfew, even though it's just applying to retail. I don't know, Michael Page. Somebody else will answer answer you on that one. For the Massillon purposes, I like it. I mean, it's always nice to see somebody play a home game in a state championship, especially when they could be considered a not a national, but a consensus underdog in that game. But I mean, they get it at their home field, so advantage Massillon in that category. But as for the state championship games as a whole, I think we all know why it was done because of the shutdowns. But it's better now for the OHSAA. It's better for fans. I think this is the only positive OHSAA has gotten out of all this.
Now,
I just realized something. McNugget doesn't even be affected by the curfew, the state curfew.
My personal curfew, that affects me a little more.
Lights off inside. Get in there.
Romo, you were one of the first to respond to this as we were in the group chat. I mean, you were excited. Let's talk about
I'm
it.
delighted. I am so happy. Just because we don't have to travel. What? How far is Columbus? Like 3 hours?
3 hours.
We don't have to. That's 2 hours off the travel time, and it's really cool for the Valley teams, for JFK and Springfield, that they're fans, because maybe they were fans that could get tickets, but they couldn't drive all the way to Columbus. So that'll look even better for them. And on Massillon hosting a state title game, I don't think there's going to be too much of an advantage, because it's not like I'd imagine it's not like a normal home game where they get a certain amount of more tickets than the away team. Obviously, it's going to be split evenly, half and half. And I mean, there's 1,500 people at the state championship. I just don't know if for teams like Massillon and Hoban, who've been in this position before, I don't know if the crowd will be too much of an issue for either team, because they've been in this spot before. I'm sure they're completely focused on the game. They're not letting the crowd noise get to them at all.
Muncie, how about you? Where do you stand on this? Are you excited? Or are you frustrated? Where are you at with Columbus to Massillon?
I think it's great. I really do. I think it's a great thing because, Poe touched on it earlier where he talked about, out of 12 teams that are going to be playing, 7 of them are going to be from the Northeast Ohio area. So they don't have to travel that far. You have 3 coming from the West, and then you have the 2 teams coming from the South. I mean, Ironton has to travel the furthest, and it does suck for them. But, I mean, I think they'll be just fine coming up here to play Kirtland and Massillon. And, I mean, if it couldn't be at Tom Benson Stadium in Canton, it should be at Massillon. And you can fit more people there. It's a beautiful stadium. And, I mean, I think it's going to be great. And to Massillon being at home, I did find it funny when you read the press release that they said they asked Hoban if they had a problem playing there. I'm thinking to myself, what if Hoban would have said yes? Where are you going to go play that game at then? I mean, and all they did was change who was home. Instead of Massillon being at home, they said they're gonna be the away team, so your jersey color changes, and Hoban gets to be the home team. But to Romo's point too, the ticket sales are going to be exactly the same. Nobody gets more, nobody gets less, and it's going to be there. They're used to playing that game. Think about last year. I think they played in front of almost like 30,000 people for that game last year.
Yeah, I was there.
What locker room does Massillon get?
They get the visitors one, if that's what they're sticking with. That they say they're the visitors. Put them in the visitors.
We'll see about that one. We'll see about that one. I'll believe that when I see it. Because I got to believe that, these 2 teams obviously are very familiar with each other. I would have a hard time letting that other team into our locker room, knowing that what can go on in a locker room. I mean,
exactly.
I just don't. I don't see it.
DJ, I'm just nervous we're gonna have another run-in with that security guy in the parking lot.
Let's go! I got you. I got you, Bucky. I got you this time.
Round
but
2.
I also am gonna probably park in this spot where I probably should have parked up in the first place. We'll see. We'll see. Steve's driving, so I'm not worried about it anymore. So
there you go. You'll get there really quick.
Dear. Yeah, exactly. But Stevie Les has always got us from point A to point B with no problem. So I'm excited. It's going to be fun, especially tomorrow. The state championships tomorrow, guys, and it's crazy to think about. EB, before we turn our attention to those state championships, I want to get your thoughts and Quinn's thoughts as well, since he's back.
I like it going to Massillon. I mean, anything was literally better than what they were playing at. So, there's not much of a better football atmosphere for a state championship, maybe Tom Benson, than there is for Massillon. So, with that being said, any team that gets to go play there, not many high school teams have a movie made after them, and not many places get a football if you're a boy and you're born in the city hospital. So, Massillon's kind of the cream of the crop for Ohio. Do I think they get an advantage playing at home? Not necessarily, because if it was a regular season game during a typical year, then yes. When you pull into that parking lot and you see RVs and campers and everything and people tailgating for hours, if not, depending on the game, a day before, and the place is packed, then I would say the home field advantage is real. But like Muncie and everyone else said, the tickets are the same. It's pretty much down the middle. The only thing that helps maybe Massillon is they're just used to playing there. But if you want to look at it, man, Massillon's never won a state championship. So
Wait, what?
they've never won a state championship.
National championship only.
Yeah, they won all their championships before state tournament.
And Hogan's, I get they beat Hogan last year, I believe, to go to the state championship, but they're both against Hogan for when it counts. So Massillon has the odds stacked against them, honestly.
But let's think about this. Now you add that in. You've never won a state championship, and here you are playing in your own stadium. How special would that be for those young men?
It'd be awesome. I mean, I'm pulling for Massillon. Like I said, my buddy coaches there. Gotten to know Massillon well just through AAU and some of those people there. So I'm pulling for Massillon. I'm all in on the TIG. So I hope it's awesome, because that's kind of a storybook ending for them to get your first one at home. People can say it's this and that and the third, but it's not a typical year. It's not like they're packing in everyone from Massillon for that game. So
let's go over to Akron Hobron's number one fan, Quinn Pushkar. Quinn, first off, what do you think about the move? I know I got your opinion kind of chatted off the record, and glad nobody was recording that. But what's your thought? What is that?
All right, it's not me.
Sounds like
Mac.
a washing machine.
That was Mac. It was a nice play. He didn't even look up. He didn't even acknowledge it. Greatly appreciated. He's gonna pretend like he's not even here.
He's still on his phone. He's like,
nothing happened.
what happened,
He's
guys?
on that smirk
What happened?
back.
Q, what's your take on Columbus to Massillon? You excited for it? You happy for it? And what do you think the overall outcome is going to be for teams, and the frustration level of coaches and I guess athletic directors for travel and things like that?
I mean, it's awesome. It's great that it's coming. Basically, I mean, I guess I don't want to say it, but I mean, I kind of am going to. It's like the birthplace of high school football in Ohio is Massillon. So having it in Massillon is awesome. I mean, like I think Paul and Bailey said, I mean, other than Tom Benson, I mean, there's no better facility probably in the state, honestly. So I think it's great, and it's great for the area that, I mean, all these teams are basically coming from Northeast Ohio as it is. And pretty much the two that we have going down there don't have to travel far, and it's exciting and great, and I'm excited for it. And if you're going to complain about traveling there, then too bad. You're playing for a state title. If that's your complaint, then suck it up.
All right, Akron Hobens, everyone knows that you love Akron Hoban. Talk to us about how you feel about your squad's chance going in to the Tigers' Den and taking Massillon, Washington on their home turf.
I mean, it's kind of even. I mean, it doesn't really matter because everybody has the same amount of tickets and all that stuff. So now it's basically on the team. It's the better team is going to go out there and win. Whether that's Washington, I mean, they got a great program. I mean, everybody knows that, and they're playing for a lot, and they get to play at home. And Hoban's going for 7 and 8 or whatever the hell they're doing. I mean, it's a great game. It's going to be a great game. And to be honest with you, I don't really care about it as much as I care about JFK and Springfield.
Listen to the company guys step up. Akron
That Hoban
Hoban
team is really good this year too.
They are. They're
Quinn will
damn
tell you
good.
about it. Quinn will tell
They're
you
damn
about it.
good.
He'll tell you
1970.
all about it.
1970 was the last time Massillon won a championship. That's crazy.
And I think that was a national championship or something like that.
Yeah.
Well, that would have been before you had technical state championships, because that wasn't until what,
76 when they started.
And actually, I kind of take back my statement from earlier.
Uh-oh.
Now that I think about it more, I don't know if maybe there's more pressure on those Maslin kids because they have a lot of seniors this year that are really good. So this may be like their peak year. We'll sponsor it. Their sponsorship. Thanks, DJ.
They had a lot of seniors last year, buddy. They
reloaded. But, I mean, they do. They got a good quarterback.
A lot of these good seniors on their home turf. They had a chance with Hoban 2 years ago. They went down early and lost. And last year, they just got killed. So, I mean, I don't know. You kind of feel some of that pressure from the city. But if they win, that'll definitely be a cool scene there. I'm sure they're going to be parading all over.
We saw it last year, DJ. We saw it last year. Their quarterback's a senior now. Their running back's a senior, and their top wideout's a senior. So they got a lot to play for.
Oh, when they played Fitch.
Michael Page hates Maslin.
Now they're seniors.
Here's the question for Michael Page: does he despise the Steelers or Maslin more?
Both.
Or McNuggies.
I think
You're talking about a school that is like third all time in national championships. So like
they have a movie. Like they're legit.
It's a good movie too. That's a darn good movie.
It is. Like they're
coaching for them. So I mean,
yeah, but the movie was made in Milwaukee, so it doesn't count.
Okay, makes
what?
sense.
Oh,
then tell your fan base to stop yammering about it.
All I can say is go Tigers.
That's all I'm saying. I'm saying
Maslin and
Tigers.
Springfield, man.
I'm going Tigers all weekend long. Maslin, and it's not close, says Aaron.
Go Tigers.
Go Tigers. And Coach Guerrero calls this afternoon, and he goes, "Do you turn the bus around yet?" I said, "We haven't left." And he starts laughing. I said, "How cool is it for you to be playing for a state championship in a stadium called Tiger Stadium now?" And he just started laughing. He goes, "Yeah, that's pretty cool. It's a good feeling." So we wish, obviously, Coach Prologo and the Eagles, as well as Coach Guerrero and the Tigers, all the best. We're going to talk about them let's just talk about them now, because then we can talk about the NFL picks in the second portion of the show. Guys, this is our last game before the big games. Of course, JFK playing tomorrow at 1:15, and you've got the Tigers playing Sunday at 5 o'clock. Give me your predictions, your thoughts on these games, and what do you think will happen? Are we going to sweep? Are we going to go 1-1? What do the Eagles and Tigers have to do to bring home state championships back to the 3-3-0? Let's start with the voice of the Springfield Tigers. Anthony Romo, go ahead.
It's definitely a different vibe, I can tell, around that Springfield locker room this year, because last year they were just excited to be there. The whole city was behind them. They're excited to be there. This year they were expected to be there. And they understand that. And they know that they have some unfinished business right now. It's going to be a tough one for sure. I honestly think they can pull it out, because they haven't shown me yet that they're not clutch in big situations, but Coldwater, they have this running back, Zach McKibben. He just ran all over Columbus Grove last week. He's a real big kid. You're going to have to go for the legs to take him down. You cannot tackle him if you go for the shoulders. So, but Springfield, they have Bo Brungard, and he's hard to take down as well. These teams match up like very well. Very good running games. Their defenses, sometimes they give up a lot of points. Hopefully Coldwater gives up way more than Springfield. I have trust in the Tigers secondary this weekend. I'm going to say Springfield, not giving you a score, because I feel like I shouldn't do that if I'm calling the game.
Smart man. Let me ask you this. Who is the player you think most people won't expect to be the key player of the game for the Tigers on Sunday?
I'm going to go with AJ Stallsmith on the D-line for the Tigers. He's a name that, I mean, there's so many big names on the Springfield team, but Stallsmith, he's always there when you need him to be. He's always making big tackles. He's always catapulting that D-line. So watch out for a big game from I think he's 56, 53 or 56.
I was going to say sorry for putting you on the spot, but you just teed it up for yourself. And
yeah.
That's all right. Maybe he is 56. Hopefully he is 56 for you.
I'm going to look it up. I'll get back to you on that.
McNuggies, how is this weekend going to go championship-wise for the Eagles or the Tigers or both?
2 for 2. It's going to be a YSN sweep. The Eagles, they got it on Friday, the early game, and they've already won a state championship. The most recent one was in 2016, if I'm
15.
correct, and 15.
16.
Thank you.
16.
16?
It's
I was going to
16.
say, I thought it was 16, but I wasn't like 1,000% sure. But JFK's been in this position before. They know what they need to go in to Massillon and do to win this football game on Friday. And I think that with that experience in the state championship game, JFK having been there before, winning one in 2016, that gives them a little bit of an advantage. I say JFK wins, and then Springfield-wise, again, you guys all alluded to it, Romo, DJ, they have unfinished business in that state championship game. They know what they need to do differently this time around to bring home a title to the city of Springfield, and I think that they're going to do it as well.
All right, Mac, where are you sitting on this fence?
Well, I can't remember the statistic. I had it for you yesterday, and I lost it somehow. But Coldwater's had some issues with Youngstown teams in the past, especially when it comes to state championship games. So I'm going to go ahead and obviously I'm taking Springfield. Be a jerk if I didn't, but I really do believe that that they're going to win this game. Kennedy, I think it's just the Hollywood show, and I don't have any reservations about them either. I think their offense is explosive. They can throw the ball down the field. They can obviously stop teams. So, I mean, I think we're going to go 2 for 2 here. I really do.
Quincy, how about you? How you feeling?
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with all of you guys. I think it's going to be a 2 for 2. Coldwater, I mean, they are what they are because they're there. I mean, but Springfield's there too. And I like Springfield's offense a lot more than anything I've seen from Coldwater. So I think Coach G is going to have them ready to go. And, I mean, you just got to come in, be ready to go and play. And then JFK, I mean, Holloway is going to have another big game. So I'm excited just to hear his name about another 100 times.
Hollaba! EB, go ahead.
I think the team with the toughest task is Springfield. I mean, Coldwater, they're not there. They haven't been there year after year after year after year by mistake. But I think Springfield learned a lot from last year. Romo kind of hit it on the head. Like last year, they were just happy to be there. This year, they're there because they deserve to be there. So you get Brungard another year older, which he definitely last year he made some mistakes that a sophomore quarterback is going to make. Just some errant throws, and maybe the game was a little bit quicker. That defense was quicker than what he's seen around here, but he's a year older, he's a year stronger, he's a year smarter. And then JFK, I mean, I think we've all been on the JFK train since August. Like this is theirs to lose, and they've been prepped for this year. And even after last year, once they lost in the playoffs, like it was state championship or bust this year. So I really hope, and I think we go 2 for 2. Springfield's going to have to play a pretty perfect game because Coldwater is pretty good. But I'm pulling for the Tigers. Not only the Massillon TIG, but the Springfield TIG as well.
Love it. Coach Seidel saying lots of familiarity there. Massillon has a couple kids from Hoban a year or two ago, so there's that. And, of course, Michael Page answering the question, hate the Steelers team more, but hate the Massillon fans more than anything else in this world. The comments on this show do not directly reflect YSN or any of its sponsors. I just want you to know that. Michael Page, thank you very much for losing sponsors for us and probably losing the Massillon deal as well. So thanks for all that. Guys, for JFK, it's going to come down to this. It's going to come down to execution. Can they execute the game plan they've been utilizing throughout the year, which is a steady diet of Cam Hollabaugh, Jesse Likens, and then when the world collapses around those two playmakers, you go out to Gabe Green, and now you got Sejon Kuda. I think JFK just has too much power. I think they're too physical. I think the defense is too stingy. That I just don't think they lose this game, and I mean that from the deepest part of my heart because I'm rooting for JFK and I'm certainly rooting for Springfield. You know how we do things at YSN. We're homers, and we're all rooting for this team. We're trying to rally the wagons for both of these teams around the area. So I got got another page. Hey, you ask and you shall receive. Hey, he keeps it 100, right? That's all that matters is we keep things real and authentic on this show. As far as Springfield goes, I think you're right, EB. I think you're onto something. I think they've got the tougher task. However, as I told Dana, and you guys will see tonight on WFMJ, as we do a preview of both these games. Coldwater is a good team on paper, right? The problem for Coldwater is we don't play this game on paper. We play it on a football field, and now we're playing it in a football stadium. And I gotta tell you, the feeling around New Middletown, the feeling around Springfield itself, it's a buzz, and not a little Paul Munsonism here, not for nothing. We've got a awesome, what I think is a very, very cool level up coming out Saturday night to try to put them over the top, get them hyped up for this game. And Romo, you got a chance to be one of the first people to see that. First impressions, don't spoil it.
I'll tell you what, that has me ready to run through this wall behind me right here. And I'm not even playing. That was just great camera work done last week. So many different angles, so many cool shots, and I'll let the rest be seen Saturday night.
12:30, we were up at 12:30, going back and forth, making sure that
I wasn't going to bed until you were. I was making that for sure. I was staying up. And AJ Stallsmith is number 53, so I did have that right.
All right, kudos to him. All right, so we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to break down our NFL picks for this week. I don't even know what week it is. Week 10? Is that what it is? I think.
Week 32.
Week 11.
I don't know.
I think it's week. Yeah, it's week 10.
Day 500.
Paul is so mad.
Why is he mad?
No, it's week 11, I think. I think the Browns are 6-3.
He looks very upset.
That's just his natural look. You get used to it after a while.
All right.
We'll take a break. We'll be back with more of the Power Hour, of course, and the G. Burbank Farms. What's your beef? Has everybody got their beef ready? Because it's suspension time.
I have my beef.
Attaboy, McNuggies. All right, we'll be back after this. Break brought to you by, let's go with Baird Brothers.
Baird Brothers remains your source for fine hardwood products. For the time being, we're open for customer pickup only on weekdays, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., and Saturday from 9 a.m. till noon. Place your order online at BairdBrothers.com. Baird Brothers, for the place you love.
Quality, customer service, and integrity. Those are the 4 words that have driven our success since 1957 at Joe Dickey Electric.
Joe Dickey Electric is one Mahoning Valley landmark business that stays current with the requirements of our customers. Family owned and managed, we are an electrical contractor and energy solutions provider. Every member of our team adds to his or her skill set through ongoing training. Residential, commercial, industrial, automotive, and more. We keep ahead of the needs of our customers with a fleet of more than 50 vehicles and 24/7 emergency service, so you're never left in the dark.
The 4M Company, being an architect and construction manager for over 40 years, has had the opportunity to use many different electrical businesses for our projects. The depth, quality, and knowledge and attention to detail displayed by Dickey Electric makes them stand out above all the rest.
For state-of-the-art expertise and a timeless commitment to our customers, contact Joe Dickey Electric. We are everything electrical.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the YSN Power Hour. Appreciate that.
Yeah, I was.
That's about as loud as it can be right there. We apologize for that. He doesn't know any better, folks. He just doesn't. And he's going to get yelled at.
Raised this man.
A pack of wolves, I believe. Regardless, it is time for NFL Pick'em. This time every week we pick the NFL games. We hold no accountability nor responsibility. If you choose to gamble and you choose to bet these games and these picks, choose responsible. And as always, if you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Thursday, November 19th. That's today.
And if you use my picks, then I get a little side of money on the side.
And you also have to pay the tax, I guess, if it goes wrong, right? Isn't that how it works?
My picks don't go wrong.
Okay.
I think I know why Paul's mad.
Why? Well, Paul, are you mad?
What's that?
Are you mad?
Oh, I didn't know you knew where my box was. Sorry.
Why? What?
I didn't want to comment on the state championship games at all. It's okay. It's no big deal.
He got skipped. He got skipped.
Oh, sorry. Okay, let me just do this. Go ahead, Paul. Let's roll out the red carpet for you. Let's hear your dynamic thoughts right now.
One team's going to win. One team's
All
going
right, let's go to break.
There you go. We have two teams playing.
Hot take.
Phenomenal.
That's what we waited for.
Well, I don't need to be patronized.
Here's the
either,
trick.
So, it's okay. No big deal.
Here's the trick.
Do you have an honest take? Because you can have it. Go ahead.
Well, yeah.
I have a
had
question,
take.
actually.
I think JFK is going to win their game for sure. I mean, the way they've been coming out offensively this year, they've jumped out, and I think they got a little lax in the second half last week, and that's why that team came back on them late. But I think state championship-wise, they're going to be just fine. I think they're going to jump out like they have in the past couple weeks, and they're not going to take their foot off the gas, and they're just going to put the hammer down for sure. Like a handful of you guys said, I was thinking the same thing. The toughest game is going to be for Springfield. Springfield, I know they got unfinished business. I think they have the toughest road to hoe for sure, especially since the last couple weeks they've been in these dog fights at the end and had to have these miracle plays. They can't have that again. I think third time won't be a charm for them if they're in a close game late. I think they need to assert themselves and be ahead towards the end of the game. If they're behind or it's really close and it's coming down to that last possession, I don't know if they can pull that one out. I'd like to see it, of course. I'd like to see a 2-for-2. But if there is a game out of the two of them that I would pick that might not go our way, it would be that one. But if they come out and hit the hammer early, I think they'll be okay. But if they get close, like I said, last 2 weeks, look, they've had to come down to a miracle in both of them for them to come down with that win. So I just don't know if that happens again, but we'll see.
All right, that's good analysis.
Springfield, his name's Paul Munson.
And I have a question for you, DJ.
Sure.
This is just a question. So is that or I guess that's for Paul too. Is it the state rule that we could only have 5 people at the game?
Yeah.
5 media credentials? I was gonna say because now we have a bigger press box. If I didn't know that was because of the capacity of Fortress, or that's just a state rule.
It's COVID issues. The COVID.
Makes sense.
That's what Tim told me. It was COVID.
Well, it's the same form as last year, so I'm interested that it comes down to there's every media outlet wants to be there. Obviously from our side, we've been covering them all season long, both of these teams all season long. Now, as the other media outlets, the other radio stations, now this is the featured game, right? There's only one team in town, and they're gonna play.
Yeah.
So it's
or the fake media.
Huh?
Or the fake media.
No, fake media doesn't get in.
Well, they got in. Jody Hollabaugh, Cam's mom, says, "Thank you, everyone, for your support throughout this amazing season. Cam and his Eagles are going to get that seat at the table. Lightning offense and Blue Storm defense will prevail. It's destiny. Go Eagles." And we could not love that anymore. We're hoping that the Eagles bring it home and they not only get a seat at the table, but they get the best seat with the seconds that come around first, like my favorite seat at the Thanksgiving table. All right.
I wonder what the Morning Beacon thinks about these games.
Well, they get skipped. So
Right.
we'll find out on Sunday, I guess. Any last thoughts about this before we move on to the NFL Pick'em? All right. Thursday, November 19th. That is tonight. The Cardinals, 6-3, 3-1 on the road, are taking on the Seahawks, also 6-3, 4-0 at home at Century Link Field, where this is being played in Seattle. Man, I'm having some trouble. Seattle, Washington. Seattle picked by 3, which tells you it's basically pick 'em at this point, boys. The over-under set at 57. So maybe this is one we're watching because it sounds like a lot of points are going to be scored. The Cardinals coming down to a Hail Murray, and they obviously D-Hop praised us all except for if your name's Ron Potesta. Can the Cardinals keep things going? Will the Seahawks continue to falter? I'm going to take the Seahawks. Quinn.
Give me the Cardinals.
Yeah, I think the Seahawks lost 2 games in a row. It's not going to be a third.
All right. right, Nuggies.
I think it absolutely is going to be a third. Wilson does this every year, and when you look at it, first 8 games, red hot. Second half of the season, cannot keep up that MVP pace. Seahawks lose to the Cardinals, the eventual NFC West champions.
Wow. Okay.
I'll go with the Seahawks. Ooh, I have an echo.
I like Seattle.
You like Seattle? Is that what you said, Skip?
Yep.
All right. EB.
Seattle.
There is an echo in here now. Okay.
It's not me.
On to Sunday, November 22nd. The Steelers are taking on the Jaguars in TIAA Bank Field, Jacksonville, Florida. 77 degrees, partly sunny skies. Pittsburgh favored by 10. Over under set at 46.5. EB, who you got?
Hold on, who's playing again? That's serious.
Jaguars and Steelers.
Steelers.
That beautiful lead-in just absolutely crushed. All right, Skip, who you got?
Pittsburgh.
Romo.
Jaguars.
Screw off.
Steelers by 4.
By 4?
By 4?
It's Jacksonville. At Jacksonville. I hate this a lot.
They have 1 win.
It's the Steelers. This is our classic trap game.
This is Gardner Minshew. Or the
It's
Minshew
Jake
Liz.
Luton. It's Jake Luton. That makes it worse.
You know what? Also, putting this out there, Coach's Corner for Sebring is now open for next year because this right here. Let's go Jags. This little comment, we need a new host for the Sebring Coach's Corner, brought to you by Pizza Joe's in East Palestine. Mac, go ahead.
Quinn, do you care? Because I don't care.
No.
I mean, I don't care. Do you care?
I love that.
No.
Look at that. It was like the Brady Bunch style. It's cute, like Cindy and Marcia.
Go Jags.
Jaguars. Okay. Mac, Quinn, who you got?
I want to agree with Billy, but I can't. Pittsburgh's too good.
Looky. And the crap bowl, it's the Eagles and the Browns. 6-3 Browns, 3-5 Eagles. Cleveland favored by 3 at home. You know what that means. It's a pick 'em. Over under set at 47. All that being said, I got to take the Brownies. Quinn.
Browns and under.
Under 47.
Yeah, they ain't gonna get that. That's way too
Who
high.
who the Browns playing?
Carson Wentz.
I'm taking the Eagles and under. Baker's still playing quarterback for the Browns, so
Oh, I forgot about that.
Can't even pick his own team.
Don't ever bet the
I won't.
Browns.
Don't ever bet the
Hey,
Browns, guys.
here's the trick. Don't ever bet the Brownies because sometimes there's different snacks.
sometimes the
table,
guy just runs out of
cookies.
bounds on the 1 yard line
People
to
don't
end the
always like
game.
the Browns. People don't always like the Brownies.
And sometimes Nick Chubb screws my fantasy team by stepping out at the 1 yard line.
Another bad weather game for the Browns. McNuggies, who you got?
Eagles.
You really are just an absolute butthole sometimes. You know that? I can't believe anybody's taking the Eagles right now. Yeah, have you seen them play? Yes, you have.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're going to beat the Browns.
I don't think so. All right,
Baker
Romo, go ahead.
stinks.
Take the Browns.
I think Baker's gonna throw for 4 tutties.
Not on Darius Slay.
Oh,
It'll be a heavy rushing attack. Chubb and Hunter both going to run for over 200 yards
a piece.
apiece.
It's like playing Madden on easy with that 20-minute quarters. Skip, what do you got?
Cleveland.
All right, EB.
Here's the trick. I'm a Chip the Hoy fan. Eagles.
He said Chips Ahoy. Stevie saying, keep him coming. Chips Ahoy. Keep him coming, Mac. You take good care of me. And my picks, I just go picking the oppo. All right. Respect. Hey, you're still a winner, right?
That's it.
That's all that matters. All right, this one gets a little interesting. Falcons and Saints. This one played in the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. Falcons are dogs by 5 points, and the over-under is 50.5. EB, Who do you got? Saints, Falcons.
No Drew Brees. So this. It depends who the Saints start at quarterback. Do they decide if it's Taysom Hill or Jameis?
It's going to be Jameis.
They're going crab legs, so I'm going Falcons.
McNuggies gets a little bit of shade right here. In other news, McNuggies will not be doing the Sebring Coach's Corner with Coach Seidel. All right.
Aww.
Last night, Olivia was doing her science homework and she said, "Hey, Dad, could that boy on your show spell photosynthesis?"
Talking about Jeff.
Here's the trick. What the hell is photosynthesis?
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Here's the trick. It's pronounced Kodak. Photosynthesis.
Yeah. And that way you take a picture with your phone, and there's a sentence in it.
Here, I got photosynthesis. P. I don't know, man.
Jeff Bezos says no. The answer is no. And he even just saw it.
Word.
He even, yeah. Jeff, if you're out there, pop on right now. I want to hear you say photosynthesis.
Jeff, live from Boardman. First word.
Right now, he's going photosynthesis. Photosynthesis.
Hey, how do you spell photosynthesis?
Theory. Spell photosynthesis. I don't understand what you...
Listen, it hurt me.
All right, Paulie, you got Falcons or Saints?
Yeah. Hey, guess what? Fantasy quarterback this week, Matt Ryan again. There we go. Hot land.
Calvin Ridley back.
Are you smarter than a fifth grader? Yes.
No.
Well, some of us. Best show ever.
Jeff probably isn't smarter than some of the elementary kids.
Romo, Falcons, Saints, who you got?
First off, I have to deliver some breaking news that I just saw per Twitter.
Going back to
YSU versus West Virginia men's basketball game has been postponed. Game is off. It's supposed to be West Virginia's home opener. Game is now off.
Oh, that sucks.
But on a brighter note, I'm gonna go with the Saints.
Did you get that from reliable sources or?
I got it from West Virginia themselves. Their men's team posted it.
Well, that's a pretty reliable source there.
Pretty reliable.
Let me ask you, how reliable is West Virginia? If it didn't come,
I didn't know if you were asking if they were reliable or reliable.
That's a reliable source.
Breaking news here on Ysn Power Hour. We are going to our reliable forces, and they're saying there's no game. They're going to say no game. So we head out to Massillon.
All right, so let's McNuggies. Who you got? Falcons and Saints.
Here's the trick. Famous Damus, Saints.
All right, Mac, who you got?
I think James will be fine. I think he's going to be a lot better than Tampa Bay's version of James. So at least I'm hoping for. Saints.
Hey, could see now.
True that.
Give me the Saints.
Breaking news here on Ysn Live. I'm going to take the Saints as well. I think that Drew Brees is going to come out of the hospital and throw for 7 touchdowns, and that's what we got going on. So,
oh boy, ladies and gentlemen, we welcome Jeff Bezos to the party. Please spell photosynthesis.
There's no way I can spell that word. So.
Say say it.
Photosynthesis.
That actually was way better than I thought it would be.
Yeah, I was like saying it like 8 times before I walked in.
I told you.
I was like, how would I actually say that word? It was like
photosynthesis.
Photosynthesis. You know he's like locked in, like Jedi style. Photosynthesis.
People thought I was crazy outside in the hallway when I was like walking. They thought I was like dumb. I was like, no, I'm just trying to say a word.
While you're on here, I'm just trying to say a word. While you're on here, let's get your Lions-Panthers pick, Jeff.
Is McCaffrey playing?
Doesn't look like it. Did you just ask Siri?
I'm going to go with the Lions, and Matt Prater kicks a 63-yarder to win.
That was last week.
And this week, too. I'm really nervous about the Lions because they can't stop the run. And I'm never betting on them because I don't bet my own team. And I'm never betting the Browns again because Nick Chubb's a douchebag and hopes he blows his ACL out and he never plays football ever again.
I hope you drown in a toilet for saying that.
You know?
It's a deep cut, Jeff.
Well, you know what? He cost me $267, and that dude should get his ACL torn.
You should go drown in the toilet.
Why are you betting that much on the Browns anyway?
Yeah.
Well, it was 4.5, Quinn. It looked like a pretty good bet to me.
How you feeling about your little wager with
And then
the
it
CEO of
doesn't
some
happen.
random company this weekend?
Who was that? What?
How you feeling about your wager
No, I
with
didn't
Hey, shush!
Oh, you? Yeah, it's
Yeah, how
good.
you feeling about our wager?
I feel good. It's just gone up. It's like 20.5 now. Like we put it at 19.5, and I'm pretty good right now. Do you really think like Indiana's going to lose by more than 19.5 against Ohio State? That defense stinks.
We'll find out. We'll find out.
Here's the trick.
Just pay me my money. Just pay me my money.
No problem. If they lose,
Here's the trick. Pay me my money before I lose by 100.
Aren't you still
Do
in
you
the
really
hole?
think like Indiana's good? And that's an upset right there. Indiana might beat them.
No, they're
it's
not.
it's either going to be Indiana wins by 3 or Ohio State wins by 100.
No, Ohio State wins by 3 or 100.
Okay, McNuggies, whatever you say. All right, let's go around
That's the trick.
Lions and Panthers while we're at it. Romo, go ahead.
I'm gonna go with Lions.
Skip,
Detroit.
Nuggies.
Here's the trick. Teddy's
Okay.
got 2 gloves
You can pick.
so that he can cover up the blood
You're
from
still
the murder of the
talking.
Lions.
Just pick a team.
Did you pick?
Yes, I did.
Who'd you
picked the
pick?
Panthers.
Detroit.
Pick the Panthers.
Oh, he picked the Panthers. All right. EB,
Detroit.
Mac,
Carolina. Go to
Quinn.
hell, Jeff.
Detroit.
Mac,
Sweet.
I hope you get diarrhea. You never come off the toilet.
And then I hope
Actually,
you
you know
drown in
what?
that same toilet.
I even went up that. I hope Baker Mayfield throws for like 487 yards this week and like 7 touchdowns.
Don't you dare! Don't
And
you
then
dare
you,
wish
and
that
then you
upon
have
me.
to sit there and look at it and go, wow, he actually did really, really good this
Don't you dare! Don't you dare do that! Don't wish that upon me.
And now Jeff is eliminated from the Sebring Coach's Corner, sponsored by East Palestine Pizza Joe's. Sorry, Jeff.
It's all right. There's one electrical factor on there. It's like, I get it.
Charles Barkley said, if I see Nick Chubb in public, I'm punching him in the face. Barkley had 15,000 on the Browns. Woof.
Nick Chubb had that 4.5, so he got it.
Chubb won my fantasy playing against him and won by 6. Wow, that is really good for Aaron. Not so good for whoever
Very
played.
lucky.
I'm going to take the Panthers as well. Sorry, Jeff. Sorry about your luck. All right, let's
They're
keep
just
this
going to
back
break my
around.
heart anyways.
Bengals versus Washington. I'm going to start, and I'm going to take the Bengals. Joe Burrow. Quinn.
Yeah, give me the Bengals. I like that.
Mac.
Washington.
EB.
Cincinnati Burrows.
Nuggies.
Washington.
Skipper.
Cincy.
Jeffrey.
Cincy.
Romo.
Bengals.
Titans, Ravens. Ravens are at home, favored by 5.5. Over under 49.5. Romo.
Wait, who's playing?
Titans, Ravens.
Titans.
Jeff.
Ravens.
Skip.
Baltimore.
McNuggies.
The Tennessee Derrick Henrys.
EB.
Titans.
Mac.
This is the week the Browns move into solely second place. Titans.
Quinn.
Baltimore. I'm anti-Switka still.
Tell the Browns to play somebody, Mac. I'm taking the Ravens.
They've played a couple teams.
I wish we could
They
play
just
them
get blown
every
out.
week like the Steelers.
You do.
Listen, the Browns lost on the bye week to themselves, so
You have the
just
exact
leave them
same
alone.
schedule. Patriots Texans in Houston. Patriots favored by 2. Interesting. All right, I'm gonna go with those Patriots. Quinn, your turn.
Yeah, sure. Give me the Patriots.
Mac,
Yep, Patriots. I was reading comments.
EB. Yeah, I'm trying to get to him.
Pats.
Patriots.
Houston.
What? Okay, Paul. You get dropped on your head or something, Paul? Like, okay, pass by a million. Jesus, Paul. The
Patriots.
worst rush defense in the league, and Cam Newton's the best quarterback in the league, and Patriots by a million.
What? What? All right, Romo, go ahead.
Cam Newton's best quarterback.
Patriots.
Patriots. Okay. What else we got in his comments? You danced with a girl who brought you, DJ. Okay. Dolphins. Broncos. Dolphins by 3.5. The Tua show. Romo, you feeling Tua?
Absolutely. Taking the Dolphins.
The Dolphins.
If you haven't figured out my strategy yet, Aaron, you never will.
Skip.
Miami.
Nuggies.
Dolphins by a gazillion.
EV.
The Fins.
Mac.
Yeah, I like Dolphins.
Quinn.
Same.
Sweep. Fins up. Jets Chargers. Is there anybody taking the Jets?
Yes.
Nope.
This is the week.
The
They gotta
Chargers
win
find a
one,
way to
man.
blow this game. They
They
blow
got
it.
to win one, and
They
I'm
will
hoping
blow
to
it.
God they win before the Browns.
I think we
Los
need to raise
Angeles
the hand
Chargers.
for all these picks so people talk less.
I think I'm going to take the Jets too.
Was that
Jets here.
starting pick?
Jets there. Mac, Jets.
I'm a Jet.
EB.
J-E-T.
Give me the Bolts.
McNuggies.
Jets, Jets.
Skip.
Chargers.
Jeff.
Jets.
Romo.
No, I'm going to go with the Chargers.
Packers, Colts. Indy favored by 1.5. Over under 51.5. Romo, you want to start this one?
Yeah, I'm going to take the Packers. They're going to win 52-49.
Dang, Jeff.
Colts.
Skip.
Green Bay.
There's a 100% chance that Jeff just picked the Colts because of Pat McAfee.
No, the
Nuggies.
Colts defense is really, really good. They have the best defense in the league.
You
I
just
see
said the
what's
Patriots
coming.
did.
I see what's coming. McNuggies.
Nah, the Colts have Phillip Rivers, so I will take anybody else.
Here's the trick. That Jeff, not real. It's the Packers, baby.
Oh, God.
She just killed her mascot. Mac, go ahead.
Packers.
Quinn.
Packers.
Packers here too. Cowboys, Vikings, 425. Minnesota favored by 7. Over under at 48. Excuse me. Will Rutledge chiming in. Minnesota is pausing high school sports tomorrow at midnight for 30 days. Guys, without going too far off the beaten path, do we feel like Ohio's next? Or close?
Yep.
Eventually.
Yeah,
I mean,
unfortunately.
like after Sunday, probably?
Maybe.
All right. Cowboys, Vikings.
Maybe Sunday at 9:30.
I'm going to take the Vikings because the Cowboys still do not have a quarterback. Quinn.
Yeah, Vikings.
Mac.
Yeah, Vikings.
EB.
Cowboys get the Red Rocket back, man. Come on. He's MVP Cowboy. Give me the Vikings.
Nuggets.
Vikings continue their push to make the playoffs.
Skipper.
Minnesota.
Vikings.
All right. Romo.
Vikings.
All right. Chiefs, Raiders. Start with Romo.
Chiefs. Redemption game.
KC favored by 8 in this game. Over under 57. Jeff.
Chiefs.
Paul.
Got to take the Raiders.
All right. McNuggies.
The Raiders pull off the sweep.
Wow. EB.
Chiefs.
Mac.
The poison that is Le'Veon Bell happens this game the greatest?
Quinn,
Where's this one at?
Las
Vegas.
It's in Vegas. Raiders.
I am taking the Chiefs because the Raiders are just 2-2 at home. So no dice but vice. Monday night football: the Rams and Buccaneers. Tom Brady is 7-3. The Rams are 6-3. This game, of course, at Tampa Bay, and the Bucks favored by 4. 48.5 is the spread. Give me the Buccaneers. Quinn,
Yeah, Tom Brady.
Mac,
The Rams, of course.
EB.
They're a better football team.
The Tampa Bay Toast Buccaneers.
Aaron Donald ends Tom Brady's career on site.
Let's go. I can get behind that, McNuggies.
Tampa Bay.
Jeff,
Rams.
Romo.
Buccaneers.
And that is going to complete all of our picks. The bye week this week: the Bills, the Bears, the Giants, the Niners. That is your pick'em for this week. Guys, that leads us right into our G Burby Farms. What's your beef? We're going to go reverse skate. Romo, you're up.
My beef is with Max Preps. Well, not necessarily Max Preps, maybe Cold Water. That they don't post their stats on there. So it's like impossible for me to find stuff. I've been looking all over and I can't find anything. I could find like game stats, but not season stats. So it's going to be a struggle trying to rip some of those off pregame Sunday.
Tell them to step their game up a little bit. Jeffrey, your beef, sir.
Well, my beef is pretty easy. I've been battling a cold all week, so the weather needs to pick. If
You got
it's gonna be
COVID.
nice or-
COVID!
I don't
COVID.
have COVID.
Get out!
Shut up.
COVID.
McNuggies, no one asked you. Shut up.
COVID.
I've been battling cold all week
COVID.
because of the weather.
COVID.
No. Okay. Everyone thinks I got COVID now, but no, it's just that I've been battling a cold.
COVID.
Get over it.
You got
Here's
hurt.
the trick. If I can say it's just a cold, I'm good.
Shut up.
Shut up, McNuggies.
Yeah, yeah, McNuggy, no, we can.
All right, Skipper, what do you got?
Well, obviously, with my name tag on there, my
There you
beef
go.
is the skip. Yeah, just that. Just sometimes, I'm probably one of the louder people on here besides Billy sometimes, and get skipped. So that's my beef.
Take it easy, Charlie Brown. All right? Like, it was nothing personal.
And I
It's all
took it
fun.
personal.
And pull the football.
Hey, Paul, how does it feel that I have better internet than you do, and I'm on not on internet?
Good for you.
You're not on the internet.
Like I'm on my phone internet, and I have better internet than Paul does.
I'm on my phone too, so I don't know.
Oh, you're on your phone?
Yeah, I'm on my phone.
Oh. Hi,
Huh.
Paul.
Oh.
See you, Paul.
Bye, Paul.
Just have a feeling. I just have a crazy feeling, a sneaky suspicion that you're probably
Oh,
gonna
don't worry.
get-
I
Steve
got
already
a
called me
feeling.
once. Steve called once. Thanks, Steve.
All right, let's go to... We've done 3. Let's go to EB. What do you got?
Well, we got skipped. Terrible day. No, I'm joking. I really don't have a beef. I mean, it's
Uh-oh.
Bye.
Yeah.
I gotta do this. I gotta set the precedence. I'm sorry. EB. He gone. All right.
Me?
Yes.
We on? All right. I got my own beefs with myself, and that's entirely on myself. One, my thumbs are too big to work my little texting thing on my phone, so I type things wrong all the time. Second thing is, I don't know what the hell's going on with my hair today. That's all screwed up too. It looks like I got wings. I'm gonna fly away. And the third thing is with myself. It's either the way I eat or my beard's too big. I got it all in my beard today, and it was an absolute disgusting display. So entirely on myself all day.
This might be the best. Like, everybody's favorite part of this is the suspension,
Purgatory.
the boot, the purgatory jump. Like, people love seeing people get fired. It's incredible.
I haven't been
Darren
fired
was
yet.
my
That's another good
Darren
thing.
was
I
my
didn't get fired
guidance counselor. Like, this is the crazy part. He's all in on getting fired. He says kick him out.
No, the
boot him.
special sauce.
Special sauce was where it was at.
That
All
was
right,
wild.
Mac.
That
we
was
watched that last night. Like
That's
just
something else.
laughed on the couch
Yeah.
for an hour.
All right,
Yeah.
Mac, you're up.
I gotta go. I'll see you.
Bye.
Bye, Felicia. My beef is a celebratory beef. You know, enjoy the beef, hanging out with people. I want to shout out to the sheriff of Butler County, where he came out and said, "I will not throw anybody in jail for breaking curfew, for COVID violations. I just won't do it." I think kudos to him. That was a pretty cool story. You know, the police have better shit to do than to go around and deal with that too. So kudos to him.
Respect that. McNuggies.
Mini beef nonetheless. Anybody trying to take Austin Eckler from me in fantasy, stop. I've been waiting for him to come back so patiently. You are not taking me away from him.
Okay.
Oh, we're still doing fantasy?
Paul thinks we are because he's trying to wheel and deal after I said, affirm, I'm not doing any trades because nobody accepted the trade for EB and I earlier this year. Paul's trying to go a bargain basement sale on me the other night. And I asked him one simple question, Paul, and what was that?
Did I approve your deal or not?
And you completely sidestepped that one.
I said
I
I do
cannot
not.
remember.
I pleaded the fifth. I do not recall.
I do not recall, which is automatically me
That was good.
putting
That
my
was a
phone
lie.
down for the rest of the night and saying we're not going to move on with this conversation until Paul answers the questions I ask of him. So, yeah, fantasy football is still going. I am the worst fantasy football owner
No, you're
in
not.
our.
Oh no, Tristan is.
Well,
I'm second to last.
Tristan dropped the F-bomb on our show, and we have not seen him since. So we got to do a well check on T. My beef comes down to the same people we usually yell at on a regular basis. We told you so. We told you last week that you should hold the state championships in Massillon. Better facility. It's a football palace. It's a football mecca. If you can't have the game at Tom Benson Stadium, that's where you should have football. And lo and behold, 24 hours away from kickoff of your D7 championship, you got to move it because Columbus ain't having it. Newsflash. If The Ohio State University is not going to have fans in their stands, you won't either in whatever that god-awful facility you were going to have us go to is there. So kudos for the OHSAA making the move. Not exactly timely. Pretty rough communication, but they made it nonetheless. And tomorrow, I'll be smiling from atop Paul Brown Tiger Stadium. And
Kudos to Maslin for allowing the quick.
Kiss the ring, baby. That's what Maslin needs to be doing right now. Kiss the ring and just bow down because that's where the state championship should be for the next 5, 10, 15, 20, forever, as far as I'm concerned. If Benson Stadium is not open, chug it down to Maslin. So that's my beef, brought to you by G. Berwick Farms. Visit them on the web at gberwickfarms.com. What's going on here? Oh, okay, I see what he did.
I have one question for Paul, actually.
Please.
Sir?
Give me your score prediction for Saturday for Florida State Clemson.
Oh Christ. Jeez.
A lot to a little.
I'm gonna say 63-9.
Jeez.
Nice.
Yeah, at least hopefully they get a
That's
safety.
generous, man.
Where did Betos go?
I think he just up and
His
left.
boss
in
walked
trouble.
in.
He got in trouble.
I think you kicked me off, and he thought he got kicked off.
So EB, did you have beef today, EB?
Well, yeah, I didn't get to it, so I'm done. You know, I didn't get the accept. I was going to throw out a congrats to Molly Howard for signing her national letter of intent, and just people who want to be reporters but aren't really reporters and ask the same 5 questions. But that's it.
Oh, so you did have a beef?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was the way he let it off.
Premature
Done.
ejection.
I mean, it was fun, though.
Well, I'm happy that you're not suspended. I'm happy that you're not ejected from the show. And apparently the people at home don't care. They want to see whoever gone. They just want to see blood.
Yeah.
So that's going to wrap up our show. Good luck to the state finalists this weekend, particularly if your name is Warren JFK and the Springfield screaming, fighting Tigers from New Middletown. Guys, I am excited to be there. I'm excited for YSN, and I'm excited for everybody that's going to listen because Jamie and Romo are going to light up the world, and then Dom and myself, we're excited to have the Eagles game as well. So go Blue Pride, go Tigers, burn the ships, and bring it home to the yo. So until Monday, we are off tomorrow. Until Monday, we will see you next time on the YSN Power Hour. And again, thanks to our sponsors, thanks to you, thanks to all of our panelists, and we'll talk to you guys on the new week, Monday, next week, Thanksgiving week.